we're gonna do another box, and I just wanted to keep the conversation going a little bit about not just Modern Horizons 2 and how good it is, but about investing, I guess, in Magic as a whole. And as like someone running a card shop, I've gotten pretty into at least looking at sports cards and that whole world. And I have some that I've collected over the years of just players I like. But I decided to go to a card show this weekend here in Vegas. And I really just wanted to see, because this wasn't just a sports card show, it was just a card show. So anyone could sell what they wanted. If you got a table, oh, nice little Cradle of Growth here. So I wanted to see if anyone was selling Magic the Gathering stuff. And it was, I would say, 99% sports cards. There was well, maybe 95. There was probably 5% selling Pokemon. And then there was one tiny little table in the corner. They had sports cards, they had Pokemon. Then they also had a couple collector boxes of MTG. What the heck? Verdant Catacombs. Are we just going to do this again? Are we just going to have another ridiculous box opening back to back? Sheesh. Anyway, before I got distracted by that fetch land, I noticed this one table. They were selling some collector boxes, but that was it. Just MTG. Oh my, stop. Do I have to I can't talk about this card show because there's a card show going on right now. Another Ragavan, perfectly centered. I feel like after going to this card show, I should get this card graded. Just your run-of-the-mill Monkey Pirate. I'm going to sleeve this up. I'm going to consider getting this graded for sake of this story. It's actually not. It's not really gradable. The bottom has a little bit of wear there. But as I was saying before, this monkey just jumped into the screen and completely threw me off. There was one table. There basically nobody is selling Magic cards, grading Magic cards at these modern cards like they are sports cards. And I wanted to just ask some people, like, why not? Why not? And the most common answer was they don't know anything about Magic the Gathering. Except that they know that the old cards are worth a lot. Like they all know what a Black Lotus is. Like, everyone knows what that is. But as far as they know, like, Magic is dead. Because, they don't really even think about it. It's not on their radar. They just collect sports cards. And so they were a little bit surprised to hear, like, how well Magic's doing when I would talk to them about it. And a couple people were like, started to ask questions as if they were maybe interested in investing. And what they were asking is, can you just crack boxes and make money? Like, are there chase cards? Are there serialized cards? All these sports card questions. And, oh, baby. A Borderless Fury. That card is ridiculously cool. Yeah, like, if this was a foil, I would probably consider grading it. Really, after going to this card show, I've just been thinking about it a lot. And so they were genuinely, a couple people genuinely curious about strictly making money in Magic. And can they buy these new sets, open packs, and get cards graded and make money by opening just modern sealed boxes and like the modern era products. And so my answer to them was some of them, yes, especially like collector boxes. There's some big polls like One card I brought up was Jeweled Lotus. Like, there's a Jeweled Lotus. It's a rare card in Commander Legends. And if you're opening collector boxes and you pull a foil, borderless, showcase, full Monty Jeweled Lotus, you get it graded and it's a 9 or better. If it's a 10, you're making bank. And so that was interesting to them. They're like, oh, really? Like, yeah, sounds pretty enticing. But when we really got down to it, serialized cards are important to them, to collectors in general. And I think if there ever comes a time where serialized cards are put in these boxes, whether it be collector boxes only, or collector, maybe some harder to get in the set boxes, and then maybe even harder to get in a draft box, but they're in there, I think it would bring in a ton of investors, and it would kind of snowball, right? It would start with the serialized cards, but then it would turn into looking at the value, because they just look for value wherever they can find it. And I think they would buy collector boosters boxes. They would go back. There'd be buyouts of Throne of Eldraine, the original collector boxes, and people would start cracking them, grade the cards, and what would also happen, these products would just dry up so fast that the box prices would skyrocket. I think they would look at sets like even, Modern Horizons 2 collector boxes, maybe even, like, you can pull these borderless foils of everything in these, and you can get the retro foil, like fetch lands. You can get everything in these draft boxes, and the set boxes, and the collector boxes. So what would happen if, say, just 5 or 10% of the sports card market started buying modern MTG products? I think it's a real possibility, and it's something to consider, and it's just more of a reason to invest in some of these boxes. Because if that ever happens, like, here we go, here's a really cool retro frame foil card. It easily could have been a mythic rare, and you get it graded, and that sort of grading card market starts to take off, as well as the player market. Like, holy moly, all of those things happening at once would just shoot the prices of everything up. And so I think, there is a chance. I wouldn't say it's a huge chance, until they put in serialized cards, because serialized cards will make that happen. There will be collectors from all over the place buying MTG products if there's those rare serialized 1 of 1s, 1 of 5, 1 of 10 type of cards. And I think there's a chance it happens, even if that doesn't ever happen, right? Just based on, all it would take is one really big sports card collector to start buying up, say, collector boxes, cracking them, getting cards graded, and start making profit doing that. And all of these other sports card investors would see how they're making money, and that's all they would really care about, is making money. And then it just kind of opens the floodgates. So if you're sitting on a bunch of boxes that these guys want, or that players want, and they just all dry up really fast, that's where you can make a ton of money on an investment. So just something to think about. I'm going to keep that conversation going with people I know who collect sports cards, because I think it's smart. I think they're tapped into a huge collectible market with sports, and I think there's a lot of untapped potential in the collecting aspect of MTG. Nice little subtlety there, beautiful incarnation. We got the subtlety, we got the fury, we need the abundance, the grief, or the solitude. That'd be great. But yeah, So those are just my thoughts, what I'm kind of pondering. And I don't think it's that crazy. Marsh Flats. Sheesh. Like, forget the grading part. Anyone who's a sports card or Pokemon collector, like opening sealed boxes, from what I understand, is a huge gamble. Because if you don't pull any of the big name players or Pokemon, like you're gonna have a really tough time selling any commons to get money back, or any player cards that no one is wanting to speculate on. So you can just open these boxes and get like no value. Whereas, so it's kind of alluring to someone like that who wants less risk to start doing this. Like, open these boxes. Are you kidding me? I have not opened a Modern Horizons 2 box that I've lost money on. It's absolutely insane, because all of these cards, even the cheap ones, you can sell them. You can sell play sets of foil imps. You can sell, like these ornithopters, Brainstone sell. Forget about all the good cards. You get all your money back in these boxes from the good cards, right? You usually, like, I'll add these up at the end of this video. Just this stack of cards right here, which is what I'm pulling out, are the best cards, okay? Tell me why someone who already has a store, all of these 3 cards sell. Get at least like $1 out of each of them. It's craziness. Foil rare. Nettle Cyst is actually a decent card. So yeah, if you already have an eBay store or whatever store and you're selling Pokemon or sports cards, and you just want like another product, another like SKU to add to your store, why wouldn't you crack these boxes and you're already packing up orders every day anyway? Like, I'll tell you what, I know a lot more about Magic than I do about sports cards, but if there was a sports card set where I could just crack boxes and make money selling singles, I would do it. Even though I don't know, I don't know the players or whatever. I don't know the Pokemon. Like, if you're just trying to make money, then why wouldn't you do it, So I think it's gonna happen. I think it's smart to be sitting on sealed boxes, and I think we're at like a record low of number of people who are sitting on sealed product. I really do. I mean, maybe sitting on from a while ago, but as far as people who are right now buying the current sets and sitting on it, like nobody has Crimson Vow, nobody has Midnight Hunt, right? No one's sitting on a bunch of Baldur's Gate right now. Like, people just aren't into it. They're not buying it. They're worried that the market is, shaky, and just out of fear or whatever. And those are the products that end up being worth a lot. And those are like, if somebody came in and just bought up a bunch of the Baldur's Gate collector boxes, wanted to grade the dragons, for example, so they're just cracking boxes, getting these full showcase foil, borderless foil dragons, and getting them graded, and just absorbing, like buying up all these boxes. Man, it'd be nice to be sitting on some. And even if it happens a few years from now and you can look back like, man, I'm glad I bought those, because there's a lot of examples of boxes that have spiked a ton over time. So yeah, just something interesting to think about. Something I'm considering is, I'm considering grading some of the cards that I normally wouldn't. Like some of these more modern cards that people aren't, I might be the only one who wants to have, foil Ragavan graded and whatever from this set. I think it's not a bad idea. I'm definitely going to keep this conversation going with more sports card people. and maybe start to learn a little bit about sports cards myself, about the market. I've opened some sealed sports stuff in the past, like the past couple of years. And man, it's hard to hit some of those players. You really have to have access to cheaper product than, you know, buying retail or buying on eBay or whatever. And you really have to get lucky to hit some of those big cards, because otherwise you're paying above market, you know, you're paying the open market price, and you can open a lot of stuff before you hit anything good. But at the same time, one really majorly big hit and you make a lot of money. So it's all pretty fascinating. All right, we're really slowing down on this box here. Need a couple good pulls in the close. Couple good pulls here in the close would be nice. It's already a pretty good box though. Anytime you pull a Ragavan, there's a Scalding Tarn. Just had to ask for something good. Boom. Nice little Scalding. So what do we got? How many fetches is that? 3? Yep. 3 fetches. Subtlety, Fury, Ragavan. Pretty much the most insane product. Definitely of the last couple of years. Easily. I really liked Commander Legends, the original. Oh, and an Esper Sentinel, another $20 card. So good. It's just a nuts set. Completely bonkers. Especially as cards just continue to creep up. Like Abundance and Grief and Fury and Ragavan. Esper Sentinel holding $20. Once the fetch lands start creeping back up, it's just going to be insane. And they will. Definitely will. Here we go. 2 packs remain in the close. Vindicate and Profane Tutor. 2 rares that will certainly sell. Good cards. Last pack. Looking for what would be good here. I'm feeling like a mid-range rare. Feeling like a Dothy Voidwalker or something. Come on. Or a Ignoble Hierarch. Not a Master of Death. All right, overall, can't complain, right? Damn, is a couple bucks. 20, say 40, 50, 65, 70, 80 bucks, 95. Fury, I don't even know. This is probably like 25. So let's say 125. It's like close to 200. Over $200 in just these cards. Easy. Over 200 bucks. Pays for the whole box. And then we get this stack of rares, which there's a lot of good cards in here that will certainly sell. Dress Down, the Talisman of the Draco. Lots of good, like $1, $2 cards. And Harmonic Prodigy's good. The Emissary's good. Sterling Grove, Squirrel Mob. These foil lands, foil bridge lands sell. Nettle Cyst foil will sell. All these tokens will get a couple bucks out of all these. And then these right here are just money in the bank. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, like 32 of these, and we'll probably get, you know, between 50 cents and $1 each. So let's say 20 bucks for those. We're gonna get it easy, and then all the commons, uncommons, we're gonna get 300 bucks out of this box. So, I mean, just easy peasy. 50% profit on this box. I don't see why sports card collectors aren't doing something like this. Pokemon collectors, if you have a store, why not, man? Crack packs, sell singles. The players need more stores. Like, really, there's just not enough eBay stores that are run really well. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna keep buying these. They're probably not going to be opening them too much longer. But yeah, for now, just keep cracking them, selling singles.